Oh, hey guys, what's up? Basically, I've had this topic for a video on my to-do list for quite some time now, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and do it tonight. And the topic is marijuana and its use, the reasoning behind using it, comparing it to pharmaceuticals, um, and its benefits as well. Um, because I have smoked marijuana. Um, for asthma, for recreational use. Yes, I'm gonna admit it. I smoked it for recreational use back when I was a teenager, and found its benefits, and currently smoke it about probably now that I have diabetes, I'd say probably I smoke it 5, 6 times within a month and a half, 2 months. Not a lot because I use it to soothe my lungs from like overacting. So basically, whenever I ever have an asthma attack, my lungs become very hyper. Like I get very uh, I'm trying to struggle to breathe. My lungs are starting to start race. Like they start pumping and freaking out, and that's when I start to panic. Now, if I smoke some marijuana, when I feel the onset of asthma attack, um, I my lungs start to soothe down. Like they just they calm down. They don't start freaking out. I'm not sure if it's the breathing that's doing it or if it's the cannabis or the THC or whatever. But whenever I smoke marijuana, it soothes it down. It soothes my lungs down. Um, Now, when I do take my inhaler, that also works as well. However, I know what I'm smoking when I'm smoking marijuana. Okay, I'm smoking pot. I don't know what I'm putting into my system when I'm inhaling uh, the 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 mist that's in a inhaler. So there could be any number of chemicals and stuff inside that aerosol or whatever it is. Some say it's just water. Who knows? We don't know. And that's where the big pharmaceuticals can get into millions of money, millions and millions of dollars, because they can put whatever they want in there without really telling you what's in there, or making some random long ass name up. Who the hell's gonna know what methyl hydrochlorophyllic acid is or whatever? You know, it's like, oh yeah, I know what that is, unless if you're a chemist, of course. um, Now, also I want to talk about why I believe that it's safer to put marijuana in your system than a pharmaceutical drug. Um, Now, did God put God put Prozac on a tree and have a Prozac tree growing? Did God make that? No, He didn't. Mankind manufactures a lot of different drugs, and they get pushed out to a lot of people for a lot of different problems. Now, I feel that society, or mainly the big time corporations, the big head honchos of the world government, are in control of this and know that they're putting out all these stuff, all these chemicals inside of this food, inside of water, drinks, and medications, and that those chemicals cause these problems that these people are going to the doctors for to find other medications to fix. So basically, you're not getting fixed. You're getting worse, okay? Because you're taking medications that have other stuff in it that causes more problems, and so on and so forth. All right. So God made marijuana. Okay, mankind did not manufacture pot. Now they do crossbreed different strands, sativa and other types of pot plants, strands, and they have different methods. Some grow inside, some grow outside, and some grow near water, or some grow in water. It's there's totally different benefits to their methods. Okay, there's different benefits for each method. Not only that, but look at hemp. Hemp has a lot of benefits. The whole plant can be used. We're cutting down forests. We're cutting down trees just to make paper when we can use hemp. We're the cloth. We can make cloth out of it. So why aren't we utilizing hemp? And the reason why is because that's not big money. Okay, the government could lose a lot of money if they were to transition into using that instead of what they're doing now with the whole trees and everything like that. So it's all like I said to the co-owner of News in General, Cole Cooper. It's all about money when it comes down to politicians, governments. It's all about success, money, greed, power, all that nasty stuff that we don't like to talk about, really. And frankly, a lot of people, when you talk about that, they just don't like talking about it. You know, they shy away from that topic because they know that, in fact, they have sometime in their life been that way or are currently that way at the time. Um, so yeah, definitely marijuana. I'm pro marijuana. I'm not pro marijuana for under 21 years of age unless prescribed by a doctor. If it was to get into the medical field, and the whole United States was to adopt medical marijuana, then yeah, if it was prescribed for someone under 21, then okay. But recreational use for under 21, no. Okay, no. Um, and that's to say, look at alcohol. Treat it just like alcohol, even though alcohol's side effects are way different than marijuana, and hence are more severe. Um, when I drink, my adrenaline's pumping. I'm wanting to get up and just have fun and just be active and go out and drive. Or I don't drive, but that's what that's what it feels like. A lot of people do that, when they drink. Look at all the stories, drunk driving incidences. But I'm responsible, I never drink and drive. Um, I never smoked pot and driven. I rode a bike, but I didn't drive a vehicle. I'm not sure if that's legal, if driving a bike and smoking pot, or not smoking pot while you're driving, but or riding the bike, but after you smoked it. Um, but yeah, that is my theory on marijuana, or my feeling towards marijuana is anyone under 21 for recreational use, no. Go see a doctor to get it if you're under 21 for medical use. Recreational use for over 21, yes, I am A-okay with. And I believe the governments and the big corporations are, realizing that marijuana is going to be legal, so they're not making it legal now because the big corporations won't make money off of it. They're preparing their companies and their manufacturing plants and stuff like that to get ready to manufacture this product and put it out because they know it's going to be legal. And if they do it now, they're not going to make money because they're not prepared for it. Their companies, their manufacturing buildings and stuff like that are not prepared. They don't have the equipment to do all that. So what they're doing is they're getting prepared, and then they're going to say, okay, government, they're going to tell the government, the Congress, whatever, pass the bill, go ahead, make it legal for recreational use for over 21 throughout the country. And that's the way it goes. That is the way it goes, people. It's going to be with everything, everything. Say some sort of, okay, for instance, modafinil or new vigil, as it's commonly known. Let's go ahead and make that legal for recreational use for over 21. All right. Now I've heard of you can only get it for prescription, but I'm talking about for buy it at the store or whatever, or buy it at a manufacturing company like nootropics.com or something like that. You only can get it in India now, from what I heard. But yeah, anyways. Go ahead and make that legal. Make nootropics, or I mean, make modafinil and new vigil legal, and yeah, and then what's gonna happen? The big corporations are gonna get a hold of that and say, no, wait a minute, you gotta stop the legalization of this because we're not prepared for it. We're gonna lose billions if you make this legal because our product that we're selling now is less effective than the product that you're going to give out and make legal for everyone else. So we're gonna go ahead and get all the equipment in and get prepared to process and manufacture this supplement. And once we do that, then you're okay to make it legal because otherwise, we're gonna lose tons of money, and basically we run the world, not you. So that's how that story goes. That's my theory on that part. So yeah, definitely God made pot. Well, God created earth. God created the plants on earth. From what the Bible says, if you're religious, which I'm not, but that's my theory on the part. If you're religious, and okay, that's the thing with Christians. A lot of Christians are against marijuana too. Like, it's like they're against marijuana, but yet they go back home and sit down and have a beer, right? And God, man manufactures beer. You know, God did not make it, you know, right there in a fucking in a lake or whatever. Tons of alcohol or beer in a lake. You know, you have to go through the manufacturing process of that. Marijuana, all you gotta do is go pick a bud and just light it up, eat it, or whatever you want to do. You know, and there you go. Um, that goes to say that Adam and Eve, how they ate the forbidden fruit. Um, and I was a few days ago, I was basically thinking to myself, I wonder if like the tree that they ate from was a marijuana plant. Like they ate the bud off of the marijuana plant, and it was just really an idea I had tumbling around in my mind. What if that was forbidden fruit? You know, because how, you know, what is the most well-known plant that has an effect on your brain? Marijuana. Okay. Well, you also got the cocoa plant too, but there's other processes to getting that. With marijuana plant, all you do is eat the bud and you're good to go. Sometimes you can eat enough of the leaves and you're good to go. But I was like, yeah, that would be crazy if the forbidden fruit was actually a bud off of a marijuana plant, and that was God's little knowledge tree. You know, he goes and eats some pot or smokes some pot or however he consumes it, and bingo bango, he's you know God. He's got all these ideas and all these creations that he can do and whatnot. Um, so that would be interesting if that was the case. Like I said, however, I'm not very religious. I'm an atheist. I'm not totally convinced on the idea of God, one God. Um, I am convinced, however, there may be a higher power, whether it be a spiritual entity or somebody that he has evolved over time and just have actually left their bodies and their consciousness intact, their soul intact, and everything, and they're just floating around as you know a being of sorts. So yeah, basically this video is going, let's see how long, 11 minutes. All right, good job, Jason. Sometimes I don't realize how long I'm talking. That is because I talk quite a bit, if you guys don't know yet. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This video is actually going to be for news in general. Yes, I've decided, I have to think of which channel to upload this video to. Ain't that crazy? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to news in general on YouTube, because it touches into a controversial topic that both can be tackled politically or, you know, governmentally or you know, civilians or whatever, you know, non-government officials or politicians, whatever, can tackle this topic and talk more about it. So yeah, go ahead and write down the topics of what you guys think of my ideas and my thoughts and stuff. Once again, this is Jason Goya, the owner of newsingeneral.com. Be sure to check out the website, newsingeneral.com. Big shout out to Cole Cooper, the co-owner of newsingeneral.com. He's he's the head writer there, actually, the main writer. And yeah, hopefully we can get going with our live shows again pretty soon. I've been quite busy with a lot of stuff, so hopefully we can get this interview set up. And oh yeah, apologize for that. Getting ready to end the show without letting you guys know that we have a possible interview with thank you Adolfo, one of my friends from Florida. He set me up with a interview, which I gotta, you know, get it on top of because I've been so busy. But an interview with a retired Black Ops guy who was a Black Ops. You know, he's got security clearances and everything, and we set up an interview for that. And he's basically on a ventilator, and is ready. You know, basically his health is going downwards, so he wants to speak out about what he knows and what he's seen, and yeah. So we're gonna do that hopefully in the next week. I gotta get with the co-owner because, you know, I've been busy, and then, you know, the co-owner is ready and then I'm not ready, or, you know, vice versa. And then also we got to take into account that the gentleman that we're going to be interviewing is up in age. So contacting him late at night, I feel, wouldn't be the best idea. In the time zone with Cole Cooper over in Canada, over in Alberta. So, you know, we're juggling a little bit there. But yeah, I'm rambling on. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, I'm Jason Goyette, the owner of newsingeneral.com. Peace out. Lot because I use it to soothe my lungs from like overacting. So basically, whenever I ever have an asthma attack, my lungs become very hyper. Like I get very I'm trying to struggle to breathe. My lungs are starting to start race. Like they start pumping and freaking out. and that's when I start to panic. Now, if I smoke some marijuana, when I feel the onset of asthma attack, I don't know what I'm putting into my system when I'm inhaling uh, the 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 mist that's in a inhaler. So there could be any number of chemicals and stuff inside that aerosol or whatever it is. Some say it's just water. Who knows? We don't know. And that's where the big pharmaceuticals can get into millions of money, millions and millions of dollars, because they can put whatever they want in there without really smoked marijuana. Um, for asthma, for recreational use. Yes, I'm gonna admit it. I smoked it for recreational use back when I was a teenager, and found its benefits, and currently smoke it about probably now that I have diabetes, I'd say probably I smoke it 5, 6 times within a month and a half, 2 months. Not a my lungs start to soothe down, like they just they calm down. They don't start freaking out. I'm not sure if it's the breathing that's doing it, or if it's the cannabis or the THC or whatever. But whenever I smoke marijuana, it soothes it down. It soothes my lungs down. Um, Now, when I do take my inhaler, that also works as well. However, I know what I'm smoking when I'm smoking marijuana. Okay, I'm smoking pot. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Well, basically, I've had this topic for a video on my to-do list for quite some time now, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and do it tonight. And the topic is marijuana and its use, the reasoning behind using it, comparing it to pharmaceuticals, um, and its benefits as well. Because I have